Yeah, I think there's some really like important but difficult points there around like as you've both kind of said, like we've got so used to eating things that like we really shouldn't be able to eat at a certain time of year. Like, do we all just need to give up mangoes and avocados, particularly like year round? We're used to all of these things, but these are like such, it kind of reminds me of coverage I've done about methane. And, you know, one way to reduce methane is to just for everyone to eat a bit less meat. And I remember someone saying, like, well, that's just a political non-starter. You just can't even have that conversation because people just shut you down. Like, do we just have politicians that aren't willing to have those difficult conversations? And is now the time to be having them?
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of the what you eat and don't, I mean, it's quite complicated because often we think by eating things that are seasonal from Europe or the UK is reducing emissions, but that's not always the case because
Yeah.
it depends on how they're grown. And there's a lot of research to show that just eating stuff produced locally, if it isn't necessarily always that, your tomatoes, if you're going to eat them at whichever season, it's better they've come from elsewhere. So that's a really complicated issue. There's a lot of really good research that's been done on that. I mean, I think on the meat issue, in terms of methane, in terms of land use, and that's one thing that was pulled out very much in the Dimbleby report for the UK government, was that if you reduce the amount of meat, reduce the amount of livestock, you obviously free up a lot of land, because not only do you have the land for livestock, but you have the land that's being used to grow the crops, then to feed the livestock. So by removing a certain amount of that livestock, you free up more land, and you can reduce emissions, and you can improve the health of a nation because you can grow more fruit and vegetables. And a certain amount of this is a solution for a certain amount of problems. And I think increasingly research is showing that reducing meat intake is good for the planet. It's good for emissions. It's also good for people's health.